Hello folks, welcome back to the channel, and welcome to the review of a very nice, very cool watch from a UK micro brand called Radcliffe Watches, who are based in Oxford. They currently have a Kickstarter campaign running, and I'll talk about that in a little while. It's not for this particular one. This one is kind of one of their current catalogue, but this blue dial is getting very thin on the ground now, so I think, you know, they are selling out pretty quick. Whether they've got any left or not entirely sure, but there is a salmon dial available, and I will leave pictures, and so you can have a look at the salmon dial as well. But yeah, let's take a look at this. It's got the aesthetic of a diver, but it is not a diver. It's what David Schwartz would call a go anywhere, do anything watch, I think, and it's kind of neither diver nor sports nor dress. It's kind of a bit of everything, and it's done very well. For those of you that have seen my Instagram page, who follow me on Instagram, you will have seen pictures of this and this dial, and we will get a close-up look at that in a minute or two. Right, dimensions wise, it's a case size of 40mm, including the crown is 43.1. The crown itself is a good size, nice and easy, nicely knurled, grippy to get hold of. 6.4mm crown. We've got a lug-to-lug of 47.2, but the end links, that centre link is a male end link, so that actually brings it out to about 51mm. We've got a thickness of 13.7mm, and that includes that domed sapphire crystal. We've got a lug width of 20mm and an overall weight of 143 grams. The construction of the watch is all 316L stainless steel, apart from the exhibition case back and the sapphire crystal on the front. Brushing is done to a very high standard. It's really nicely done. We will zoom in on that and we will take a look, and we'll also take a closer look at the dial. As you can see, we've got a signed crown. Now this is a prototype. The signing on the crown is going to be done differently, so you're not going to get that. I think you're going to get the R of the logo or something like that. But yeah, brushing on the sides, high polished chamfer which runs the length of the case right the way down to the end of that other lug. As you can see, we've got drilled lugs, which is excellent for changing straps. Nice high polished edge to that bezel. As I said, the bezel is fixed. The insert on the bezel is sapphire crystal, and the eagle-eyed of you will have noticed that the 12 is misaligned, or the bezel insert is misaligned, and I'm assured that that will not be the case on the production models. That, like I said, this is a prototype. The other thing that I did notice on this is there is actually a bit of play in that end link, as you can see. That will also not be the case on the production models. As you can see, we've got some AR coating on that crystal. It's kind of got that blue tint to it, but that dial is definitely the star of the show. I mean, look at that. That is fantastic, and I believe that there are even more improvements going to be made to that dial, making it crisper and sharper. If you watched the footage at the beginning, you would have seen some pretty nice kind of close-up shots of that, and it's pretty good already. All the indices are applied and they're lume filled, and they're kind of silver tone. You got the date at the 6 o'clock in a vertical position, which is unusual, but very cool. Fence post style hands, and an arrow shape on the seconds hand, no loom on the seconds hand. All the indices and the hands are loom filled with BGW9, and a nice silver tone frame around that date window. And down at the 6 o'clock position on the chapter ring, it actually says designed in Oxford, which is really cool. The strap on this is, it's a faux beads of rice. It's not a real one. If I'm honest, the watch is that nice. I think a real beads of rice would have been a nice addition, but there's the bracelet itself It's not overly thick. They are push pins, but it does work very well. It's extremely comfortable, no problems with it at all. We've got a branded clasp and only 2 levels of micro adjust. A couple more would have been nice, but you know, not a complaint, just an observation. And we have a fully milled clasp, which is nice to see. And as you can see in there, that you can see the movement through the exhibition case back. You've got your information around the screw down case back, which is high polished, and that very nice kind of perlaging on the rotor there as well, their own custom rotor, which is very nice, very nicely done. Solid end links, as you would probably expect. Movement inside this one, Seiko NH36A, which is the day-date version, so 21,600 vibrations per hour, 41-hour power reserve, hacking and hand winding. The crown, as I said, is not screwed down, it's just push-pull. So you pull it out to the first position to change your date, pull it out to the second position, the movement will hack, and you can set your time. And we'll just move it around so that we can see everything on the dial. Yeah, I mean, that dial is actually really, really nice. I mean, that's one of the nicest dials I've seen. It's and certainly on a micro brand, I think there's a lot of thought has gone into this piece. Like I said, this blue one is pretty much as good as sold out, but there is a salmon dial available, and there was kind of murmurings there may be a white dial coming, but yes, definitely contact Radcliffe Watches if you're interested, and I'll leave a link to their Instagram page and to their website and the Kickstarter for the Tsunami, which is a 300-meter diver. They're doing some meteorite dials as well, and it's as I said, 300-meter with a helium escape valve, running a Miyota 9015 movement in it. But like I said, there will be some photos that have been popping up here, and maybe a little bit of video if I can find a bit. But yeah, I mean, as for this one, I mean, it really is a very nice watch. It's very nicely made. It's well put together. It's well thought out. Yeah, I guess, I mean, it was a limited run to 200 pieces, which is kind of a little bit of a shame, because I think that they could have sold this particular colorway, you know, hand over fist. It really would have flown off the shelves. I think it probably has. It may have caught them out a little bit by surprise. Like I said, you can get the salmon dial, but that is readily available. Let's have a look at the loom. As I said, it has BGW9 on it. My torch is running down again. I'm not too sure if it's me who's been using it, or if my daughter or my wife have been looking at the loom on their watches. Who knows? Who knows? But yes, the loom is good. It's nice and evenly applied. Here we go. Bring the lights down, and we'll zoom in a bit as well. Let's have a look. There we go. And where are we? It's not quite dark enough in here, really, is it? Let me bring the lights back up and let the camera do its thing, and there we go. That's better. So yeah, it's not kind of incredibly bright, but it's not a dive watch. It is kind of very evenly applied. The indices, as usual, will fade out first, but the hands, they hang in there all night. You know, there was no issue with seeing the time in the dark. So yeah, I think, you know, hats off to Radcliffe Watches. These retail for £289, and I think for that sort of money you're getting an awful lot of watch. As I said, yes, you will have seen that the bezel doesn't line up on this, and there is a little bit of an issue with that end link, but that will not be the case on the production models. And if you want a salmon dial, go check them out. And like I said, there were kind of rumours of possibly a white dial being released, but there we go. That is, or has been, the Radcliffe Signature. Go over and check them out on Instagram. Go and have a look at their website, see what other watches that they've got. They do a Heskel, which is a chronograph. Not sure if they've got any of those in. It's a mechanical chronograph as well. And there is a Kickstarter campaign. Like I said, I'll leave a link to that and some video and photos mixed in with this lot. But yes, there we go. Radcliffe Watches from Oxford. Go check them out. that's all I've got for you for today. Thank you very much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and comment. Let me know what you think of this. Have you seen anything of Radcliffe watches? Have you seen them on Instagram? Let me know. Let me know your thoughts. But yes, thank you again for watching, and I will catch you all in the next video. Cheers for now.